the second chance points, doing an all-around good job. That bench is coming, and they have been balling so far.
Like 10 guys in uniform. And so LJ Pryor and Draymond, D. Santos, GP2, Pat Spencer. Shot clock at 4. Out of bounds.
That's the first one.
The first turnover of the game.
They did a great job for a whole quarter.
Now,
They didn't turn it over.
June 3rd, 1986, a phenomenal human being was born. One Al Horford puts a headset on, and
Welcome.
and we reignite the Florida-Kentucky collegiate rivalry.
Yes, sir.
We didn't know anyone was still around that played against Galena in college.
Man, I know, right? It's been a long time.
Right, we had
Great
some good,
times.
We had some good battles.
We did.
Right, there's some rock fights. We were talking about that not too long ago.
Absolutely.
Let's start 19 years in the league. What has changed the most in the NBA that you would see? If someone said, hey, from year 1 to now, what's so different?
This 5-out type of basketball. You know, all 5 guys on the floor, being able to shoot the ball, shoot the 3, drive, kind of positionless basketball. That's been the biggest difference that I've seen.
One of my favorite things about your game, you talked about the 5-out, the ability to shoot. You were one of the original stretch bigs. But when the time is right, you've never forgotten about your post game. Like, you like going in the post, and especially if you get a smaller guy, but even a guy your size, you got great post game, great back to the basket game. Was that a natural thing for you? Was it hard for you not to kind of go with the trend as guys are shooting more and more threes? Even guys that shoot way worse than you, still shooting a ton of threes. Was it tough for you to kind of stay away from that and shoot your threes that you want, but still be able to go inside? How natural was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it was the understanding of growth, the way the league was going and things that were happening. And even though that you want to resort a lot of the times to that, you got to step out of your comfort zone. So for me, it was to understand where the game was going, that I needed to be better. And that's why I was so driven to continue to work on my game and become a different type of player.
8 second chance points after Guy Santos taps that in and Draymond knocks it away. Be a scout and a teammate at the same time and tell Dub Nation about Kristaps Porzingis. You know, we'll do it after the timeout, but think about him as
With Quentin Post down there, even Yurt 7. What's that like for you, the leadership aspect?
I really enjoy it. I really like giving input to the young guys and seeing how I can help them in any way. A lot of the times, you know, they have to kind of figure things out on their own, but I always want to be there, you know, supporting them and giving them a different view of the way that I see the game.
you played against Steph Curry in a finals. You played against him for years, and then you have him as a teammate. What maybe has surprised you, Steph, as a teammate that you didn't know as an opponent?
For me, it's the way that he prepares. That's what impresses me the most about Steph. He really takes it to a whole nother level, and how hard he works, you know, how committed he is to taking care of his body and his preparation. You know, it's understated.
They can play on any team. They can fit in anywhere. You're one of those guys, the high IQ, obviously wonderful with the Celtics. But the Warriors, the system isn't like super easy to pick up for most people as you get a good move from Riley, who we really like. But can you explain that, how you've kind of moved around in your career? You fit in so well with everybody. What's it been like picking up different systems, and what was it like coming here with this Warrior system, talking with Coach Kerr and picking up the system as well as you haven't fit in so smoothly?
Yeah, no question. I mean, there's always a challenge, but you have to have an open mind when you come into these situations. And coming in here, a championship team like the Warriors and everything they've done for so many years, it's like you have to come in here and embrace all of that and also understand how you can fit in and how you can impact winning. And for me, I feel like it took me a little bit to kind of get it going, but once I figured it out, it's been really good. And that's one of the things that I look forward to, you know, hopefully us being back on the floor together, Steph and I, and seeing what we can do as a group.
Okay, the Wizards are kind of on a run here. They're feeling good right now. They have some momentum.
16-point lead is at 6. I'm going to ask you the question. You can deflect, but I got to ask it just out of pure selfishness. When do you make the decision to come back next year?
That's a really good question. Well, definitely after the season. I always tell people, like, I never try to make decisions in season. So I think once the season ends, You know, I'll sit there with my wife and talk about it, but I really enjoy, you know, what we have going here. And it's been unfortunate, obviously, all the injuries and everything that we've had to endure as a team. But it's something that, you know, that I have to, you know, really think about. But I enjoy playing with this group.
Speak to the fans here. 601 straight sellouts. Just had the big 600 last. And, you know, we did a season ticket over event where you could just tell these fans love you already. What about Dub Nation? You've been in this league 19 years. How special is this Warrior fan base?
It's just his body, how to get to his spots, and he's shooting the ball with a lot of confidence. He's making the right decisions out there time after time, so it's just really good to see him grow and come into his own.
Now, your dad played in the league. Obviously, Steph's dad played in the league. Gary's dad played in the league. Any Horford children that would be likely NBA players?
I mean,
I'm sure everybody's excited about just the opportunity to compete, just have a chance. So what's the team mentality like? What's the vibe in the locker room bit?
Yeah, I think right now for us is continuing to ride this out the right way, try to get playing as best basketball as we can. That's all you can ask for this time of the year, and get healthy. You know, that's the goal, to be able to get all of us back on the floor. And then once we get to that opportunity, I feel like we will really embrace it. I think guys are ready for it, and we're excited about the possibility of going out there and competing and really putting it all out there.
I think June 3rd you turn 40. Playing next year as a 40-year-old. You just tell me how much of Kalena's salary I have to move over to get you back. I'm going to haunt you this summer.
That level to play against all these top guys, and it's one of those things that you're a competitor. You want to go out there and see what you have and help the team and being able to do something together. And that day was pretty special for us, being able to be undermanned and beat that Nuggets team.
Yeah, you've had some inspiring ways. You talk about that Nuggets game, the Rockets game, that Suns game up in that category. Obviously, it's been a tough stretch with the injuries, Steph being out and others. But you've been a part of some of those games where it's been inspiring basketball, the competitive fighters come out. What's it like playing in those games? Because, you know, you're in the NBA, you're having fun, it's still a game, but you want to go out there and get a chance to win, and you have that chance. And a lot of times you've come through. What's that been like for you?
It's been great because it forces all of us to step up a little more. We understand that we can't just be one person. We all have to kind of chip in and do more and compete. That's the biggest thing, and that's what I've enjoyed about our guys, that despite all the injuries and all the things, guys are not shutting it down. I believe so, and what Jimmy does and how he plays, you know, it's something that we'll look forward to, how he's able to control the game, how he's always making the right passes, the right plays at the right time. Anything the team needs, he's trying to do. And with a guy like KP out here, healthy, playing well, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Since we've been talking about Hall of Fame guys, legends, how's it been playing with Draymond? You guys have developed a nice rapport when you've been out there. Sometimes when you're behind him, he can feel a little more free, get out in the perimeter, guard certain guys, multiple positions. It's incredible to watch him, but you guys have developed a nice rapport when you've been out there with him.
No question. He's such a smart player. He understands the game. It's like having a coach out there when you're playing with him. You know, he's on top of everything. Offensively, he's sharp. On defense, he's helping us out. He understands everything. He makes the game easy. So it's been really fun.
Shot the ball. I love that. How good was that look right there?
OJ Pryor, he's already hit 3 threes.
Pryor with a little mid-range. DP2, air ball goes to the offense, but he couldn't quite get the angle to put that in. They have that double-digit lead at halftime. Gary knocks it away. It's a 2-on-1. Carrington the other one back. Lob it up.